Hi, how have you been? It's super cold here today. I feel like I live in Siberia. When I woke up today at 5:30 it was 9 degrees Celsius. Okay, not so cold, but still, I am a person who always feels cold. Last weekend I was in Rio de Janeiro and I was also shivering of cold. Can you believe that? Feeling cold in Rio? People at the beach wearing bikinis, swimming in the sea, and Georgia there freezing. So, let's talk about Rio. Not exactly about Rio because everybody knows it's wonderful, beautiful, it's an amazing city. I never get tired of traveling to Rio. This was my 8th time there, and I still feel so overwhelmed with the beautiful landscapes and the people and the places and everything. Okay, so I went to Rio again, and this time I stayed at my friend's house, Renata Correa. We have been friends for over 6 years. I have known her for almost 6 years, but I'm not quite sure that she has known me for that long. Anyway, I've always been a big fan of her, like big fan. And now not only we are friends, but she's also my student. I teach English to her through Skype, and it's been an amazing experience to be closer to her and learn so much more from her every class. The purpose of my trip to Rio was to attend a conference of my political party. It was supposed to be a women's meeting to discuss some things concerning women and how the party should position itself regarding topics such as the law project about regulating prostitution, for example. So the conference was cancelled on Thursday afternoon. I already had my plane tickets and I went anyway. On Saturday afternoon, Renata was going to teach a course on creative writing, and since I was there, I decided to take this opportunity. It's funny, although I've had blogs for over 10 years, I never considered myself as a writer or an author. I had thought about writing a book, but that was something for the future when I started writing for Rio. And something she said right at the beginning of the course hit me. There were only women there, and we all had to introduce ourselves. When we finished doing that, Renata said, I've been teaching this course for over 3 years, sometimes for mixed groups of men and women, and sometimes only for women. And I can see a big difference between how men introduce themselves and how women do. Men usually refer to themselves as writers, as authors, even when they haven't published a single book yet. While women, on the other hand, refer to themselves as anything other than writers and authors. Women usually say, I write only to myself, I write only intimate things, I don't think that what I write is worth reading. And it's very rare to see a woman that asserts that she is indeed a writer. What is it that makes us women not confident enough to recognize our writing as important, as valuable, as something that other people would like to read? Why are we always so hesitant? Is it that we don't trust our talents? Or maybe it's because we are so underrepresented in literature? How many authors are women? According to a research Renata presented us, 90% of Brazilian writers are men, and 85% are men and white, middle class, and academic men. This is something for us to think about. When we are not represented in whatever area, this unconsciously gives us the message that we are not good enough to be doing that. That is not our territory to explore. And of course, we have to occupy these spaces, which is not an easy thing to do, since there's a whole system putting us down and discouraging us and telling us that it is not our place to be and not our job as women. The big news is I've decided, after her talk and after crying because it was so emotional, I decided that I'm going to publish a book. I don't know when, and because we need money to publish a book, but as soon as possible, I'll start selecting my favorite blog posts, editing them, and writing some more. I've been writing my whole life, so there's no reason why I shouldn't publish what I write. So, wait and see. And that was it for today. See you next week. Bye bye.